Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And guys, this week, I don't know if you've been keeping score, but we had 3 different requests of the SCOTUS, all for AW and mag bans. This is a thing, and 2 of them happened today. I cannot wait to walk you through all of this because this is bigger than just one case. This is a whole litany of cases, and everything is going to be linked right down there so you guys can catch up and check my work as you feel necessary. And of course, if you think that these should go through, the Supreme Court should pick it up, and we should get this whole thing dealt with finally once and for all, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. All right, my brothers and sisters, the content that I've got for you today is brought to you by sponsor American Hartford Gold. I'm going to say a quick word from them, and then we are going to hit this. The content today is brought to you by American Hartford Gold. And brothers and sisters, with everything popping off around the world, wars cracking off, we've got inflation issues, we've got stock market volatility, we have cash concerns, we have oil concerns. It's a good time to take a look and at least know your options with American Hartford Gold. They are dedicated to offering gold, silver, platinum, coins, and bars for your investing needs. Whether you want to do it delivered to your door or you want an IRA, Roth IRA, 401k, TSP, they've got options. This is something you guys should check out. At American Hartford Gold, they aim to educate clients about investments in the precious metal industry, strive to provide unparalleled customer service built on trust, integrity, and absolute transparency, while holding a goal of achieving 100% customer satisfaction. Click the link in the description or call 844-727-3199. That's 844-727-3199 or text Langley to 65532. Again, that's 844-727-3199 or text Langley to 65532. All right, let's dive into this because like I said, today alone, guys, 2 different requests to the SCOTUS to override incorrect circuit decisions. This was a heck of a day, and that's before I even get into 4 days ago. All right, let's get the first one. Gun rights group appeals Illinois assault weapon ban to the Supreme Court. So now this is focusing on the Illinois assault weapon ban through Pritzker and all that stuff, right? This is coming from NAGR, the National Association for Gun Rights, and I'm going to illustrate each one of these as I go forward because there's like 3 of them, right? So as you can see, the date came out today. Here's some of the things that they're requesting. The NAGR asked the Supreme Court on Monday to review an Illinois assault weapon ban that a federal appeals court upheld last year. We've covered the upholding of that assault weapons ban. It's crap, but they're trying to get it to SCOTUS. Now, here's the backstory on this because this is important, and then we're going to move on to the next ones. The writ of cert marks the 3rd time the Supreme Court is faced with the Illinois case. 2 previous attempts to halt the law under emergency relief were denied in May and in December of last year. Qualifications for an emergency ruling are more difficult, so the justices could still agree to hear the case on its normal docket. So, potentially arriving on its normal docket. All right, so that would be an assault weapons ban. Finally, get there. Let's get this sorted out because it's unconstitutional as the day is long on the docket, potentially, if they accept it. That's the first one. That's one today. Now let me go to the next one. This also happened today from FPC. Today, FPC announced the filing of a petition of writ of cert with the United States Supreme Court in Harrell versus Raoul, its lawsuit challenging the Illinois ban on numerous firearm magazines and so-called assault weapons. Now, I'm going to read you a few pieces of this, but this one's from FPC. Okay, so they're also going after Illinois. So both of them that were dropped today in 2 separate cases were coming in Illinois. Okay, that's a big deal. Now, let me show you a few of these things. There's some really good quotes in here. So, again, everything is linked. FPC asked Supreme Court to hear lawsuit challenging the Illinois assault weapon and magazine bans. As you can see, the date on the 12th. So it's both of these on the 12th. Here's some of the things that they said here. Today, FPC announced the filing of a petition of writ of cert with the United States Supreme Court in Harrell versus Raoul, its lawsuit challenging Illinois ban on numerous firearm magazines and so-called assault weapons. The petition asked the Supreme Court to grant review in the case and to agree to hear the merits of FPC's challenge. And obviously, it can be linked or reviewed down there. It's linked. Now, here's some of the quotes from this request. I like this. Check this out. Quote, although petitioners are coming to the court on an interlocutory basis, the current state of the courts of appeals on this issue and the patently erroneous nature of the decision below provide good reasons for this court to take this case now and settle these issues once and for all. argues the petition. Indeed, the Seventh Circuit's opinion virtually guarantees that nothing will be gained by waiting for final judgment. Absent cert, petitioners, alongside the other plaintiffs in the cases below, will try to prove their case by presenting evidence and expert testimony aimed at satisfying the Seventh Circuit's misguided and opaque military weapons standard. That's the whole point. It's common use. That's the entire thing. These are not military-style weapons. It's been asserted numerous times. It's been decided numerous times. Now, that's just from the actual request. Here's the last piece right here. This is also from the same lawsuit. Quote, the Seventh Circuit has strayed so far from the test set forth in the U.S. Supreme Court in both Heller and Bruin that the court should not delay in stepping in to correct this grievous error. That's the point. It is clear when what the circuit has done is wrong, and the peaceable individuals in Illinois deserve to have their rights vindicated as soon as possible. Remember what we've always talked about. As these things continue to go up the pyramid like that, the more and more attention gets brought onto these cases, the more and more evidence that comes forward to the Supreme Court might take them up and put them on the docket. 2 cases out of Illinois by themselves. Now, what I like about this is FPC is flat out saying, the Seventh Circuit's making the decision based on an errant judgment anyway. You might as well just get them out of the way and let us handle this. I like that a whole lot because they're basing it off of a faulty premise, which violates Heller and Bruin. That's excellent. Now let me get you to the last one. This one happened on the 8th. This one is just as key and important, if not more so. Again, the other 2 were on the 12th. That was today. This is from 4 days ago on the 8th. FPC, this is their Twitter feed. Earlier today, we filed a cert petition in our Bianchi versus Brown, Maryland assault weapon ban lawsuit. That is 3 assault weapon ban cases that have been requested by the Supreme Court. Are you seeing where this is going? After a year and a half, the Fourth Circuit has stalled long enough. It's time to destroy the disarmament fetishes of the anti-right zealots everywhere. That's, if you follow FPC, that's their brand of tweet. The Maryland AWB ban. Bianchi versus Brown, FPC laws 2A challenge to Maryland's assault weapons ban, and here's a few of the documents within that request. As you can see, this is the Bianchi right here. It's the petition of writ before judgment. Okay, fine, we've covered that. Here's the question presented, and I want to wrap this with this piece right here, and then I'll show you who's involved. Whether the question allows the government to prohibit law-abiding, responsible citizens from protecting themselves, their families, and their homes with semi-automatic rifles that are in common use for lawful purposes. I particularly like the end there where they said for common use for lawful purposes. Because just like in the other case that we were just talking about, you are looking at something that they are infringing upon the Second Amendment by saying it's a military standard weapon when it is a common use civilian variant of a firearm. It is very, very simple to understand. It's very, very clear and easy. It violates Bruin, it violates Heller, and they're saying it right there. And I love the way that they say it because it's all about lawful, peaceable, and then it's also common use. And here's who's involved in this one. Petitioners, Dominique Bianchi, Snope, Micah Schaefer, Field Traders, Firearms Policy Coalition, and the Second Amendment Foundation, and the Citizens Committee for the Right to Keep and Bear Arms were plaintiffs. You've got so many parties going after this. You've got so many lawsuits, and they all were filed this week, 2 of which were today. Guys, keep this fight up. The more that they push, the more we push back, and it will not be long until eventually the SCOTUS has enough pressure and enough cases pending in their circuits below, in all different circuits, by the way, where they have to make a determination and hear a case like this. Currently, they've accepted the bump stock ban. That's one good case. They've accepted the Rahimi case, and now potentially we can get an AR ban case pretty soon as well, after they've already heard the arguments for the Chevron deference. This is shaping up to be a thing. You guys will talk about this later on in life, and that is what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.